Hello everyone. How are you doing? Thank you for being here on this wonderful day. And we will wait a few moments to let everyone come in. And in the meantime, I would like to introduce you. So please welcome Tracey here, Tracey Hall-Roberts, full name that is, from the UK. And so she is a coach and a healer. And believe it or not, we met us on the part of love healing because she's also dealing with deep-seated fears, releasing the energy from deep-seated fears. And she also had a previous career, and she used to be an accountant, and she also got really burnt out of that, and she had enough when she realized really that natural therapies and love energy as it is can heal her, and she realized her healing potential to others. So please welcome Tracey. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Sue, and thank you so much for this invitation. I'm just so honored to be with you today and to be part of your wonderful mission that you offer humanity day by day.
Yes, well, I am really delighted to have you because, I have a very practical and logical, business-minded husband who can't understand why I am doing all this. But I told him, no worries, because you don't have to intellectually understand that. It will be all visible for you later. So, as you working on this field, you've been working with clients with deep-seated fears. We are very similar in what we are doing. That's why we are here today. So let me just jump into the first question. What do you see as the most common deep-seated fears which cause illnesses, really serious physical illnesses?
I think if you're looking at illnesses that will not resolve, often there's a deep-seated fear that to be healthy is not safe. So one of the big groups of people that fit into that are people who've been physically or sexually abused, because you often find they have weight problems and health problems, or people who have had very, very oppressive childhoods or dysfunctional childhoods where the only time they got attention from parents was when they were sick. Or for the people who've been abused, the only time that they feel safe is when they're sick. And for people who've possibly been raped, the only time they feel safe is when they're fat and ugly. And so no matter how often they go into the cycle of healing, the body sabotages because that deep fear that they're trying to avoid is greater than the outcome that they want.
That is really sad to hear. And also when I am working with clients, I do realize, and you know what? I used to have these. So I used to have my deepest fear is, you know what? It wasn't from death. It was from life, actually, to live. Because how am I going to live if I am not dependent on others? How am I going to live if I don't have someone helping me? Absolutely. And to break through this, it was like, having a new life. What do you see as another deep-seated fear in people besides that? Is there anything else?
There's other things that come up, which is shame and guilt. And there's also the sense of sort of, I think one of the big things that comes through is we have fundamental beliefs, unworthiness, not being enough, all sorts of things like that. There's about 12 of those. And we believe that we can put all our energy in releasing them. And the reality is we can't release them. They're our foundations. All we can do is say, okay, I needed those when I was little. I don't need them now. So there's a lot of really crazy things. I mean, one of the ladies that I worked on had a fear of public speaking. And I looked specifically for words that represent that fear. So when I was looking for the word for her, a lot of it is energy and dowsing that I use. The word that came up with was death. And I kind of went, I'm not sure I've got this right. And I said to her, I said, okay, just tell me, what is it that you feel if somebody says to you, please, will you do a public speech? And this was a woman who's so clever, so intelligent, a world leader in her field. And she says, I think I'm going to die. So whilst ever that fear was there, no matter how hard, or how brilliant people told her she was, her protection from that sense of feeling she was going to die meant that she would not step up and talk.
Yes, yes, very relevant.
Release that fear, and instantly you can see a physiological shift in the energy.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So I want to ask you now that basically, what do we need to realize? Number one, to get onto the healing path, to tap into the healing of the healing power of love. What do we need to realize as the most simple thing?
I think the most important fundamental is there's only one thing in life, that's love. And the other thing is not enough love. You know, we literally are in this binary. One is full enough love, zero is not enough love. That's all we are. And we're energy. So every time we think of something with fear and not enough love, we create almost like this imprint in us within some part of our body, which is like a binary code. And if there's enough zeros in that code, that area becomes diseased. And allow that dis-ease to expand more. So there's this big yearning for love. That is the point at which mental health deteriorates and physical health deteriorates. And that's what's so important. And I'd like to add also, I have a huge issue with affirmations. Because if you have an affirmation and you say, I'm beautiful, or I'm thin and I'm thin, but you've got an underlying fear that says you're not safe. Every time you say it, I'm fat, I'm thin, I'm beautiful. Every time you say that, you are actually reinforcing that deep held fear.
Yes, I am so happy that you said that, because there are so many tricks and magic and all sorts of techniques and modalities using that. And people think I'm crazy for saying what I'm saying, that maybe it's okay you do that now to get you into the work that you have to face your deep fears within, and not just do something on the surface. Because you know what, if you have for example tar on the top of your kitchen counter, okay, how are you going to put anything beautiful flowers on the top of that, right? Absolutely. That is gonna be tar on your kitchen counter, on your dinner table, okay? So the number one thing is, what you have to realize is clean them. And the cleaning process is not so fearful as you think so. Because as you said, the number one thing, and this is the most beautiful, how simple the power of love in healing is, to realize that you just have to admit that.
Absolutely.
That I used to have it, or I have it now, and it used to serve me, but no longer. Thank you. Right.
I mean,
so,
I think part of this as well is, you know, the journey is acknowledging if things keep on coming up time and time again in your life, like you don't lose weight, you self-sabotage, or there's, you know, one of the big things sort of with, I notice a lot with people who have had sort of trauma or grief, it sits in their lungs. If you're constantly getting lung problems, you're constantly sabotaging yourself. And, you know, there's the cycle. Rest assured, there is a fear in there that wants to be heard. It wants to know that it's, you know, these are time expired fears most of the time. But unless we acknowledge that there's a pattern, and then accept that there's something within us that needs more love, unless we do that, nothing changes. You see it with people with multiple marriages, getting in and out of debt, always, you know, always on the move, looking for the perfect environment, all kinds of things like that. Just making the wrong decisions all the wrong time, getting into the wrong company. If there's this pattern and cycle, rest assured, there's a part within them, in their energy matrix somewhere, that is crying out for love.
Yes, absolutely. And just to make sure that everyone understands, I'm going to throw in the question, so what is love? And I'm going to answer you because now is the time. Tracey just said that. I also said that. Let us spell out. The only thing you have to do is, I'm saying it again and again and again, acceptance and gratitude. So if you can accept and you can admit to yourself, I am afraid of death, or I am afraid of love, that's the bottom line, that that fear is starting to lose its power over you. And if you are going to say, thank you for being here, you know, your higher vibration of much higher vibration of gratitude will actually transmute, what's the word to say, that lower vibration of a feeling of your fear. Okay, because all fears and negative energies are vibrating between 0.2 to 2.2 hertz per second. And gratitude, on the other hand, vibrates 150 hertz per second. So this is the only two things you have to do. You see how simple as it is. Accept it's there, and your mind is telling you that you will die in the process if you are going to admit it. Isn't that the biggest limit and the block for people?
And I think the other big fear, well, the big thing for people is they think they need to fix themselves. We can't fix ourselves. You can't fix the past. You can't, all you can do is, you know, I mean, I like to describe it like a compost heap. You know, if you've put stuff out last week and it's now rotten in the compost heap, try as you might, you can't go and get it and make it whole again. You know, you just physically can't. And so the minute we have this mindset of understanding that life processes and everything each day kind of sits in a nice compost heap where it can decompose, and the rich nutrients from it we can draw on to feed us. Once we get out of that energy of having to fix, being broken and things like that, it absolutely opens the portal for love to come through.
Yes, yes. And if we realize, and I had this live session and videos on the 5 blocking powers, which opposing powers, you can say, which come into our lives, and what's the opposites of the healings of those. So please take a look at that video too. Anybody who don't know that, please let me know. I will post it again. Very important that you realize it's so simple. It is so simple. And we all make a big Hollywood thing of love, and we all say love, and we just don't know what is it, what is the action behind it. And Tracey was telling a very very great metaphor here for the compost box. But I know you have an exercise to make you realize that why is it that the number one you have to do is to clean your mind, because it is cluttered, and otherwise you cannot, you know, have the love energy flowing within you. Could you share this exercise with us, because I think it's very very powerful.
It's actually using our breath, and this is actually what we tend to do, and it also reflects on how we build up stress in our body. So if you just exhale, we just exhale, so we breathe out, breathe in fully, but exhale half. Now breathe in and exhale half, and breathe in.
I can't do that.
You end up suffocating. Yes. And this is where we sit, and you know, all the people who kind of have their breath high in their chest, that's exactly what they're doing. You know, when we breathe at the bottom of our diaphragm, we can take in one breath 10 times more things than if we're breathing at the top of our chest. And so it's the same. If we want to radically change our lives and change our energy, you have to start being able to take in at that diaphragmatic kind of base energy of maximum impact. And I think it's just so important to remember this. Yes, I mean, that's a good trick also, if you're noticing you're stressed, is just release. You know, in most exercises, if you do meditations and things like that, they always say breathe in. I say no, breathe out. We've always got to breathe out first to make space for new stuff to come in.
Yes, it's a very, very powerful realization. And, you know, if you just look at a bottle, which is full and plugged with a plug, right? There is nothing you can put in there. It's full.
Absolutely.
And And the first thing, and I'm going to repeat myself again because hopefully I get through to you. The first thing you have to do to remove the plugs is say, I know there is a plug there.
Yeah.
I know that this plug has served me. Thank you for being there. And the plug starts to disintegrate nice and slowly. And then all what's there, you treat it the very same way. I know I have a fear of this. And the moment you start saying this out loud, your power within will start to multiply. Love
Absolutely.
will flow. Acceptance and gratitude is the two bottom vibrations of love. That's all what you have to do for your whole entire body, for all your body cells from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. I have a meditation for that. Again, you find it on YouTube. You don't find it, let me know. I put it over here in the link because that's all what you have to do. So you will say, why are we here saying this free and we are not asking $10,000 for a session to share this with you?
Yeah.
So I let you answer that, Tracey.
I think one of the things is that what the world needs is more love. And all the division and fighting and illness and everything, you know, one of the big things that came out of the pandemic is the increasing level of fear within people. And I don't, you know, in the UK, we have now got the highest incident of mental health problems in children and in adults. And it's not only us. I was speaking to a friend in Dubai yesterday, and in their school, which is a private school, well-educated kids, nice homes, sort of things like that, there's a youngster of, I think, 13 or 14 who's taken their life because they've been overwhelmed by the fear. And I think unless we kind of recapture or reopen our hearts to receiving love, it's going to impact so widely. And, you know, it only takes one person to walk into a shop with a broad smile and looking relaxed and absolutely in love with life for it to ripple out and make an impact on so many other people. You know, if you only have to play, if somebody kind of looks like they're fidgeting or something's a problem, see how quickly that impacts people. And then you have a look at these beautiful videos of somebody on a train who just appears to be reading a book and starts laughing and howling with laughter and tears coming down their eyes. You know, within a couple of minutes, everybody in that carriage is laughing at the same vibration. And this is exactly the same as love.
Sorry, I just got my mic. You know, I have my fur babies here. So, and we love them very, very much. So I ask everyone, love them, please. Because if you get angry now, that means you're practicing anger and it's no good for you and not good for anyone else. And, you know, understanding that this is the simple thing you have to do with your life, to accept the fact that you are alive and you are here to do that, live every single moment to the best. And Tracey and me and so many others in the industry, so-called, we are inspired to find our intuition, you know, and to tell you all this because we know this is our job. So we will do that either we get paid or not, because we love to do that. And we have the abundance mindset that it is going to create abundance. The simple fact of giving. And we had a wonderful, when I posted this event this morning, and Mr. Emil Wiss were saying a wonderful, what he just did with his stamps. And he just told us that it's not just good for all the people who he sold the very important, you know, stamps and expensive stamps, but he, for himself, the very act of giving, you know, is making him feel the love flowing within him. So why are we doing that for you voluntarily? Is because it's good for us also to give, and not only for you. So if you can realize that the first thing to get free from your clinging to your mind is to let go of something. It's your stamp, it's your clothes, it's something which you have too much of it, You know, Tracy had all these beautiful textiles, give it away to all these designer to be girls, you know. Start giving something, giving a smile. When you walk into anywhere, it is considered as giving.
Absolutely.
Start to hold someone's hand and say, it is going to be okay. It is a giving already. Don't think that it has to be, you know, so much money involved in giving. Giving your assurance, giving your smile, giving a hug. I love to do that, shock people with that. Give a hug, you know, and the love vibration, what's within you, will trickle down. And those people, they may have never been told they are loved, you know. Tell them I love you. So don't start thinking, oh my God, what is this person is going to say? Who cares? Just say it for yourself. Have you done these, Tracy?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one of the things that I've noticed, and if you've got stuff that's no longer of value in your house, send it love. When you're getting rid of it, absolutely raise its vibration and let it reach the people who are going to have a life-changing impact from it. You know, you mentioned that fabric. I have a really bad habit of collecting fabrics, and I haven't been so good at sewing them. So I found 100 pieces of fabric. Yeah, I could have sold it, would have made an awful lot of money, but actually that wasn't it. But I know that at our local college, particularly as finances are tight for many, many families now, there's some brilliant students there who, but for the lack of money, would be able to create incredible designs. And so that's been donated, sent with love, with the specification of the intention that it will go to people who have the talent, but not the means, so that they can actually feel valued and put that value into standing out in the world and adding value. Because I think that's what it is. You know, it multiplies. It's that multiplying effect.
Yes,
The other thing
absolutely.
I'd like to add is, you know, particularly elderly people who've been so isolated, it takes nothing to spend time in the shop, to find something lovely and honest to say about somebody and to listen to their story. We always have the time. I'm telling you, if you put this away, there is always the time to be kind.
Very true. Very true. And you know what? It's not just having the time. I had this experience many times, and this morning also, the time stops.
Yeah.
I don't know how. But when you do what you are guided to do by loving kindness, acceptance, and gratitude, and you are not huffing and puffing within yourself that you have to do that task, time stops. And you are given extra time to do all the other things. And this just happened this morning. I didn't know how I am going to do, you know, do something with the cucumbers this morning. And then I said, you know what, I am going to have time. I am going to do it with love and acceptance, and it's going to be done. And I had time for everything. So I don't know how it is, but all what I can tell you is, if you want to get into our club of you know, lovey-dovey people, because you know what, please join us. And that's all what you have to do. Start smiling. Even start giggling at yourself in the morning in a mirror, or just when you are up and about doing anything. It will change your vibrations unbelievably. Laughter, you know, if you're talking about the healing power of love, you know, it's the only one thing you should be using your phone or watching videos is to watch something to laugh about, you know. But why wait for anything to happen to laugh? You just giggle like, you know.
Absolutely.
I do that because we have these deep-seated sankaras in Pali, these imprints, what we are carrying from so many places and years and ages and lives from before. And they will open up, and the best times of the best times happening in your life, and you don't know what to do. You just start saying thank you. Start saying thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Start giggling, and they will go away. Like last night, I had a crazy nightmare. I usually don't have nightmares like that. And then I actually got up and I loudly started to say thank you. You know, before I do a session like this, which involves, you know, a lot of people and this message, I have also these energies coming and, you know, waking up and trying to stop me and all. But believe me, love cannot be stopped.
Absolutely.
Cannot. The only true energy, only true emotion is nothing else. Everything else is the negative stuff. So, you know what? I want to say that if you want to have a better life and know that those who will be born after you, the only way you can help them to have even better life if you die happily.
Mm.
The last thought at the time of your death will get a side push, and it will be coming down into the next rebirth, you know. So doesn't matter how you live your life now, you can change like that.
Yeah.
Like that. And have you experienced that, the spur of a moment of a changing people when they realize that they have a calling here, and their number one calling is to actually be grateful for what they have and live with the best every day.
You know, I think this is a lot of the work that I do, because most of the people that I deal with have had years and years and years of trauma, been through lots of different, modalities. And, you know, it's about that. And I think the thing that happens is the minute there is one positive shift, their whole body ignites with the love of hope. And the minute you have the slightest bit of hope in your body, you look for opportunities and you look for the signs that more is available. And you know, I work with unconditional love, because I think for me, you know, love is love, but the term unconditional love means it's just given without.
That's the only love.
It is the
Yes.
purest form of love. In modern medicine, they're talking about stem cell therapy. Well, actually, in energy, unconditional love is a stem cell. If you release something from your body, fill that space with unconditional love, and it will grow into the vibration of love that's needed for that purpose. So we are powerful beyond imagination. And on that point, I'd like to just remind people that we are magicians, because every thought we think and every word we say is a spell. So if you look around your life and it's not showing up roses, think about your thinking. You know, it's simple complaining, expecting the worst, talking about, oh, I don't expect that to happen, or it always goes wrong. Well, you know what? What the words we speak come true. So a lot of this is about re-education. We are controlled by negative news. Step out of it. Make your own positive news. Because, you know, I switched off the television and the news about 2 years ago. And from that moment, there hasn't been a pandemic. There's been sunshine. There's been so much to look forward to, and so many opportunities that I wouldn't have had before. So, you know, it really is as simple as that. Find unconditional love and gratitude in your life. Look for it. And there's a beautiful practice that comes out of the Silver Mind program, which is each evening recording the magic that I've experienced today.
Yes.
The magic
Gratitude diary. Yes.
Yeah, diary idea, journal idea, last thing at night, can be first thing in the morning as well. Last thing at night is really good to clear the head. Record the magic you've witnessed today. And it can be small things. It can be a child's laughter. It can be, you know, you and I love flowers, and you look at that beautiful peony and you see it starts off as a twig and there's no color in it. There's no life in it, really. You shove it in the ground, put some water on it. It doesn't particularly like to be very deep in this, and out of nowhere, it blossoms. And you look at this tiny little thing and all it's drinking is water, and you get the beautiful flowers, and they're the same potential, fed with love.
Yes, it is absolutely. And I see a message in nature. Every time I go out with the dogs, every time I go out to my garden, I notice something. And, you know, I tell myself, how blessed am I? I am this morning outside under my huge walnut tree doing yoga, just a little bit of this and that. And I look up and I said, I have time to just wonder about the leaves and how the sunshine is coming through the leaves, and how lucky I am that I can do that now, and I couldn't do that before. That how much cleaning I had to do on my mind. And the cleaning work is, I'm saying again, acceptance and gratitude. That's all. And they will start fade away on you. Objective observation, you don't react to them. And then slowly by slowly, your focus comes back. You have more power. Hope comes back.
Absolutely.
Opportunities comes. Then you start to
Yeah.
notice things really from your heart, the magic in your life. And really coming towards the end of our session, I must say, if you have not accepted your life as an opportunity, as the greatest gift, that's what you have to find first in
Absolutely.
order to live a really wonderful, wonder-filled life.
Mhm.
If you fall in love with the only fact that you are here and breathing, that is the only thing you have to work on first, okay? And that will come slowly by slowly with the very simple method what we just told you. And Tracey also works with very serious people with very serious illnesses, and help them. A lot of people finds her as a last resort. So as me, how interesting, right? They try everything and anything on the outside,
Yeah.
when they realize that, okay, I still want to live, so I must look within and treat those fear, transforms them, release the energy of them, and let love flow, because it automatically will flow if we release that. So I'm looking through my list here. I think we have gone through so much here. And if there is anything else, Tracy, you would like to add, or you would like to say as a message to our audience, a lot of people will be watching this replay, I know. What is your message to them?
I think the message is we are beings of love and light. And one of the ways to switch that light on is to go through life with childlike wonder, curiosity, and fascination. Just like a child is looking forward to a birthday party or something, when we wake up looking for that excitement, you'll find it.
Absolutely. And I'm so glad that you mentioned light and love, because you know what? The light represents knowledge, the realization. Okay. So when you say that the light came to me, that means you had the aha experience. So you got the knowledge to realize this is all what's happening within me. The mind is not me. My thoughts are not me. My emotions are not me. They are highly conditioned. And the only way to treat them is acceptance and gratitude. This is light. And if you do that, more light will come, more realizations will come. And then with this, love will start to flow.
Absolutely. And the minute you change your vibration, you magnetize in. So people who've had lots of destructive relationships, the minute they upskill their own energy, they attract people at that energy. As you put more investment into your body and its energy and clear those fears, the chances of everything else, the coincidences, the right people, places come to address and allow you to get to what it is you do want. And that's where your focus has to be, on what it is you do want, and see it with love and light, and how from that position you're in a position to be able to serve, because it's only when we're serving our love that we actually get more for ourselves.
Absolutely. So as a final note here, to give another exercise to everyone here watching, you want to step onto this path. Tell 5 things what you are grateful for right now. 5 things. If it is too hard for you to think, that means there are too many blocks there. Come see us. We help you. Give you some sort of something which will help you. Realize that it will not get better if you don't do anything about it. Okay. And for us, it is natural now not to complain and to see the beauty in everything, because we did this work for so many years. Okay. And if we did this, and if it was possible for us and for so many other people, it is also possible for you. Let me tell you, it is possible for you also. You don't have to go away from this life with sorrow and sadness and depression and illness. Don't waste your life away. So we are here to help you, Tracy and I. And please connect with us. We are happy to give you our time and discuss with you. Reach out, please. Reach out. Don't waste your life, because you are beautiful. You are wonderful. Like this peonies here. This is why I put them here. And we love you and sending you more love and acceptance. You are as beautiful as ever. No matter what happened to you in the past, it can change.
Absolutely.
It can change. It can change.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Tracey, again for being here and sharing all your love and light with us. It was exceptional, really. Thank you so much. So everyone here, thank you for being here. I'm also sending my love from my heart to you.
Yes.
So I will see you and we will see you later. Thank you, guys. Bye.
Thank you so much. Bye. Bye.